Hi, I'm Clyde Lewis. Welcome to Ground Zero Behind the Scenes. Today, I'm ecstatic because I feel like I'm going to share with you something that's not seen anywhere else. I'd like to thank Christopher from Kentucky who sent me these pictures. Christopher tells me that his father's in Shenyang, but he said that while he was in Beijing during the time of the alleged coup, he snapped some pictures of what may be going on there. Now, the mainstream media has only touched the tip of the iceberg as to what's going on in Beijing by saying there's a murder mystery they're investigating and all kinds of other things that are under the radar right now. China has not said anything about a possible coup. In fact, many websites have been shut down because of it. But there seems to be a crisis going on in China right now. Not only are we seeing escalations and problems, but you're going to see these pictures that are remarkable, and we're going to be giving them to you now with Ground Zero Behind the Scenes. This is not necessarily something that we can talk about for 3 hours, but the pictures speak for themselves. Looking right now at this, you see there are a lot of tanks that are now gathering together in certain areas. Look at all these tanks. Imagine living in America and having this happen, where tanks are lined up on the back streets and around the corner. And then you look here too, here's another shot of a tank blocking a roadway. I'm sure there's a roadway going to some government area or some government building where you can't get through. You notice the reporters are here setting up. Why would reporters care about some murder mystery? And why would they call out tanks for a murder mystery? They wouldn't. Something is going on in China, something that, there you go. Check it out. See, the streets are cleared and tanks are moving through the area. They're in Beijing. And here's one more shot for you here. Look at that. The lining up of tanks as if something horrible is going down in China. So, I mean, I really find myself in a position where, you know, I'm reporting this, and it was kind of accidental, but when I'm talking about the possible movements of China, the movements of Russia, the movements of, you take a look at what's happening in India now, where they're now firing ICBMs. Something is happening in the world where there's a commotion going on, and I'm thinking what we're seeing here is an economy that's having problems right now in China, and we're having Maoist reformists trying to take over the government. Now, could it happen here in the United States? Maybe. Could this be happening in other countries where they're having problems with austerity? I mean, you're hearing about Greece now and how people are committing suicide, and they're doing so in the town square. In fact, my fiance Janine just told me today that she was reading a study that there's now in Russia a number of kids that are just jumping out of windows, not leaving suicide, no, it's nothing, just offing themselves, jumping out of windows, and they're calling it a copycat mass hysteria. What if people are hungry? What if people are tired of the way government's treating them? They have no other recourse but to kill themselves or otherwise try to take over in a massive coup. This is your world, and this is what's happening now around the world. It may come here, and you need to be prepared for it. As a matter of fact, if you'd like to download a copy of the Chinese democracy or the Chinese syndrome, which I spoke of with Tex Mars on his program Power of Prophecy in Austin, Texas, go to groundzeromedia.org. That's groundzeromedia.org. Scroll down, and for 99 cents you'll get a copy of that. It's not heard anywhere else. It's not in the Ground Zero archives. You can only get it there. And we'll also throw in a video of Social Schism, which points out my theories and my beliefs about what's going on here in China. And that was produced back in 2009. So as I was talking about this in 2009, stopped talking about it, it's now coming to pass what I had decided was going to happen, what is happening with China. I'm Clyde Lewis, and this is Ground Zero Behind the Scenes.